Prince Andrew, the former Duke of York, was recently observed engaging in a solitary horseback ride through the damp grounds of Windsor, coinciding with the royal family's traditional pre-Christmas lunch hosted by King Charles. This appearance drew attention not only for its timing but also for the stark contrast it presented against the festive atmosphere enjoyed by other members of the family. A prominent body language expert has provided insightful commentary on Andrew's demeanor during this outing, highlighting elements that suggest a sense of isolation and melancholy. The expert noted that Andrew's choice of activity, riding alone in inclement weather, appeared to amplify a narrative of exclusion from family events. Rather than opting for a more comfortable or cheerful alternative to occupy himself while the others gathered, Andrew seemed to embody a figure of solemnity, almost reminiscent of a spectral presence from literature. The rain cascading down his riding hat and face was described as forming a dramatic veil, contributing to an overall impression of gloom. His posture in the saddle lacked any visible signs of enjoyment typically associated with equestrian pursuits, such as exhilaration or relaxation. Instead, his expression remained fixed in seriousness, devoid of the warmth or animation seen in photographs of other royals heading to the celebration. This observation underscores a broader theme of contrasting emotional states within the royal household. While family members arriving for the lunch displayed radiant smiles, evident excitement, and a general aura of holiday cheer, Andrew's solitary ride painted a picture of detachment. The expert suggested that such public displays could inadvertently evoke sympathy or guilt from those aware of his absence from the gathering, though Andrew's approach seemed to lean into a more poignant, almost theatrical expression of solitude. The timing of this sighting adds layers to the interpretation. The pre-Christmas lunch is a long-standing tradition, bringing together extended family members in a spirit of unity and joy ahead of the holiday season. Andrew's decision to ride during this period, especially under dreary weather conditions, has been interpreted by some as a subtle statement or perhaps an unconscious reflection of his current standing within the family dynamics. Reports described him as appearing particularly downcast, caught in a heavy downpour that soaked through his attire, further emphasizing the miserable conditions. Body language cues play a significant role in how public figures are perceived, especially in the royal context where actions are often scrutinized for underlying messages. In Andrew's case, the absence of any uplifting gestures, no waving, no smiling at onlookers, no evident pleasure from the ride, reinforced a narrative of resignation. Experts in nonverbal communication often point out how facial expressions, posture, and environmental choices can convey internal states more powerfully than words. Here, the dripping rain and somber features combine to create a vivid image of despondency. Comparisons to the rest of the family's appearances were inevitable. Photographs and reports from the lunch event showcased beaming faces, elegant attire suited for celebration, and an overall glow of anticipation for Christmas festivities. This juxtaposition highlighted Andrew's isolation not just physically but emotionally. The expert's analogy to a ghostly figure wandering in misery served to illustrate how such outings can be read as performative, whether intentional or not. Delving deeper into the psychology behind such body language, it's worth considering how individuals in high-profile positions cope with exclusion or controversy. Horse riding has long been a favorite pastime for Andrew, offering a sense of freedom and connection to nature. However, on this occasion, it seemed stripped of its usual therapeutic qualities. The solemnity observed could stem from various personal reflections, ongoing public scrutiny, or the natural ebb and flow of family relationships. The royal family's pre-Christmas lunch itself is a cherished event, often held at a prestigious venue and attended by both core members and extended relatives. Princesses Eugenie and Beatrice, Andrew's daughters, were among those present alongside King Charles, adding a familial dimension to Andrew's absence. Their participation in the joyful occasion while their father rode alone nearby creates a poignant family portrait, one of togetherness for some and separation for others. Body language experts like the one commenting here draw from decades of studying human behavior, identifying patterns in microexpressions, gestures, and contextual elements. In this instance, the lack of riding pleasure was a key indicator. Typically, equestrians exhibit relaxed shoulders, engaged posture, and subtle smiles when enjoying their sport. Andrew's rigid stance and downcast eyes suggested the opposite, a mind preoccupied with heavier thoughts. Weather conditions also factored into the analysis. Riding in the rain is not uncommon for dedicated horsemen, but the way it was endured here, without apparent adaptation or defiance, added to the impression of passivity. The water streaming down his face like a waterfall was seen as a natural enhancer of the dramatic, sorrowful vibe. This outing comes amidst ongoing discussions about Andrew's role within the monarchy following past controversies. His withdrawal from many public duties has led to more private pursuits, yet even these are subject to interpretation. The expert's remarks provide a window into how such moments are decoded by observers, offering insights that go beyond surface-level reporting. In broader terms, royal appearances often carry symbolic weight. Andrew's choice to be visible in Windsor during the lunch could be viewed as maintaining a connection to royal grounds, asserting normalcy, or simply adhering to personal routine. Yet the body language told a different story, one of quiet endurance rather than active engagement. Family dynamics in the public eye are complex, with traditions like the pre-Christmas gathering serving as barometers for relationships. The presence of Eugenie and Beatrice with King Charles signifies continued support and inclusion for them, while Andrew's separate activity highlights shifts that have occurred over recent years. Ultimately, this analysis reminds us of the power of nonverbal cues in storytelling. Prince Andrew's rainy ride, captured and dissected, becomes more than a simple leisure activity. It evolves into a commentary on emotion, status, and resilience. As the holiday season approaches, such moments underscore the human elements behind the pomp and protocol of royal life.